Coach East is a high school basketball star. Preacher is an aspiring writer. The two are seniors at Cooley High School. They take part in minor offenses like skipping school, hopping the transit, sneaking into the zoo. One of Preacher's hustles is shooting dice in the back of the neighborhood diner. He tries to dip while he's ahead, but two bad apples, Robert and Stone, ain't having it. Preacher's dream girl, Brenda, snaps him out of his rhythm not long before the restaurant owner chases him out with a cleaver. Now Coach East is into macking. In a tag team making out session, Preacher's girl Sandra is killing the vibe. In a display of girl power solidarity, she's also putting out Coach East's fire. Coach East guy checks Preach, and then the laws of nature resume. Party girl Dorothy invites the fellas to her house party. The fellas meet up before the party. They celebrate Coach East's basketball scholarship to Grambling University. When Preach expresses his aspirations of being an author, the fellas clown him. Dorothy's house party is heating up, and tonight her stress level is about to age her an extra 5 years. She gotta turn away a bunch of broke jokers, make sure her innocent party don't turn into a belly-rubbing orgy, make sure her mama's furniture don't get broke, and keep troublemakers like Damon under surveillance so that don't no blood stains skin the carpet. Respect, Dorothy. Respect. Back to the party. Preach ain't making much progress with old girl Brenda. He follows her into the bedroom and the two realize that they have some commonality. Before long, Preacher's knowledge of the arts got Brenda thinking about living that nerd life. Meanwhile, Coach East done spotted his next notch on the belt. He runs his offense, and in no time he's in the red zone. The problem is, that's old troublemaking Damon's old lady. Before there's a fight, Dorothy is there to shut that shit down stat. When her man tried to check her, she had to regulate and smack him across the head. But now they fighting. Dorothy's house gets destroyed. Man, we can't have nothing good. Post-fight, the fellas hang out. They get interrupted by Stone and Robert, who have commandeered a vehicle. Preach and Coach East join them for the ride. When Preach takes the wheel, it's all downhill. Hard braking, rapid acceleration, police chase, police evasion, crashing, and then fleeing the scene. Preach and Brenda take it to the next stage, but for some reason he makes mention of scoring a "I bet you I get them draws" bet he had with Coach East. Of course, Brenda's outraged. Next day at school, Preach tries to explain his actions to no avail. Then Brenda sabotages Preach's relationship with Sandra by kissing him in her presence. The police pull Preach and Coach East out of class about the joyride. Their teacher, Mr. Mason, comes down to the station and puts in a good word. But when Preach and Coach East get released and Stone and Robert don't, they get marked as neighborhood snitches. Mr. Mason tries to get through to Preach, but Preach stonewalls him. When Mason reveals that he got them out of trouble, Preach rejoices at the validation that they aren't snitches. He goes to find Coach East to tell him the good news. But when he finds Coach East, he also finds Sandra, post-Boney. Come on, Coach East. Put friends before skins, man. Preach tries to make up with Brenda at the diner, but that's cut short when Stone and Robert enter. Preach gets spotted and tries to escape. If not for the cleaver swinging owner, he would have got stoned to sleep. In his search for Preach, Coach East finds out that Stone and Robert are after Preach. He goes to save him. And on the flip, when Preach meets up with Brenda, he finds out that Coach East is out to save him. Unfortunately, Coach East runs into Stone, Robert, and troublemaking Damon. They deliver a fatal beatdown and Preach reunites with his friend a minute too late. Preach watches Coach East's funeral from afar. After everyone is left, he approaches and shares his last words with Coach East. And then, he's off to chase his dreams.